Welcome back, Blade Runner fans. I've got something super interesting to show you today. Here we have the Tomenosuke Blaster Black Edition, 1/5 scale. This is the Blade Runner Blaster Nano Black that Tomenosuke made. I'm a big fan of Tomenosuke's work, in particular that's connected with Blade Runner. For all those that have watched the presentation of the Blade Runner 2049 Blaster Pro that I have, you'll know just how enthusiastic I am about that particular piece. Here we've got just a tiny little fragment, if you like, of Blade Runner history right here, and I just love the fact that I've been able to snag this. Only 2,000 of them were made, and they were distributed to cinemas for the launch day of Blade Runner 2049, which, as we can see here, was in Japan, was on the 27th of October, the Friday. So I've got here the Nano itself, and I've got the actual ticket to prove its provenance, which I think is really a special and nice thing. So let's have a quick look at what we've got. The packaging just says here, not for resale. It's obviously giving you a nice view of the piece inside, and on the reverse we've got what I imagine to be a lot of safety information, swallow hazard, that kind of thing, and again, not for sale. I haven't been to the trouble of translating too much of this, but that's what I'm imagining it is, those kind of messages. So I did quickly snip the tabs at the top and bottom so we could take a quick look at the actual piece itself. So let's go inside. Okay, so it is shadow matte black. I like that. I like the fact it's not glossy. I think that's a good thing with something that's as small as this. To make it look premium, I think it has to be kind of matte. It almost looks as if it's got a little bit of sheen on the raised parts, as if it's been handled, which I'm sure it hasn't. So that's kind of a nice element to its finish. I'd say there's probably some tiny little bits of plastic from the moulding that's still hanging on to certain parts, like the trigger there. That could probably be snipped off relatively easily to make it look slightly nicer. But otherwise, what we have here is a very, very tiny, nicely rendered souvenir piece of the iconic PKD blaster, and just as we would expect. Just to give you an idea on the scale, we've got from butt to the end of the barrel, dimension of, it's about 5.2 maybe centimeters. The packaging is not too dissimilar, so 5.5 to heading towards 6, and 6.5 heading towards 7. So that's the scale of the thing. It's really a little bit smaller than I expected, actually, but still I'm delighted to own one of these, because there were only 2,000 of them, and you can't very readily or easily buy these things. So that's super exciting for me. Let me just pick up this ticket. This is obviously a rendition of the promotional poster for Blade Runner 2049. It's got Ryan Gosling there as Agent K, and the launch day and his vehicle. And on the reverse, we've got a whole bunch of information about I assume about the ticket and its validity, etc. But I love the fact this is proving out the provenance of the Nano itself, and I think it's a really lovely item to own together with the Nano Black. So that's it. That's my little introduction to this item. If you want one of these, maybe you can be lucky and pick one up off eBay. I got mine for about £40. So obviously look to your currencies and figure out the worth in your own. If you're in the US dollars or yen or whatever you're looking at, but that's, I think, pretty much the going rate for these. So that's the kind of money you have to pay, even for something quite small like this. Okay, guys, thanks for checking out this video, and do give it a like if you liked what you saw and heard. Thanks. Bye.